For this project, I used the largest plastic containers I could find at the Dollar Tree. It's important that the container be a few inches deep, especially if you're staining many papers at once. A spray bottle filled with water, instant coffee, 2 additional spray bottles filled with water, I also found these at the Dollar Tree, and neon food coloring. I used the blue and green colors. I also used various leaves I found around my home. I stained several different types of paper. A few of them were pre-tea stained. I stained calligraphy and Hanshi papers from Daiso, tea bags, embossed papers I bought online, vintage book pages, watercolor paper, Printworks Pastel cardstock, and Hammermill premium color copy paper. I began by filling the 2 spray bottles with water and adding the food coloring to each bottle. Next time I will add more food coloring for an even stronger color. Several papers were too large for the container, so I tore them in half. To begin staining, I placed my sheets of paper one at a time in my container. I sprayed it with water, sprinkled with instant coffee, and sprayed with the diluted food coloring. I repeated these steps until all of the papers were fully saturated. I also layered the leaves in between the sheets of paper as I went. Make sure the instant coffee is hydrated enough and not just dry powder sitting on the pages. I let the paper soak overnight and then poured out the solution. Then I took small sections and let them dry out in a warm area for the next 24 hours. If you don't want to wait that long, you can dry them with a hairdryer. Finally, I ironed the pages to smooth them out. Let's start with a few examples of the used tea bags I stained. I'm quite pleased with these, and I think that they will work really well in collage and mixed media projects. These are the embossed papers. I was hoping these papers would allow the food coloring to settle in their grooves, but instead it just absorbed a global layer of the stain. Next up, the calligraphy and Hanshi papers. These papers were super fragile, but created some interesting patterns and plant imprints. I think these would work well for collage, but in the future, I would stain them separately and for less time. And here are the stained vintage book pages. I was surprised by how little color they absorbed. And finally, here's how the Hammermill premium color copy paper, cardstock, and watercolor paper turned out. I think these papers performed the best, had the most color saturation, and the best plant imprints. These pages can be used for digital textures, junk journaling, various paper crafts, or as a fun botanical printmaking experiment. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more creative tutorials, and join my free membership Maro & Co Press to get access to exclusive resources, printables, and monthly videos to support your creative journey.